Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is my first official monthly reset video of 2025. If you're new to my channel, my name is Allison. I'm 29 years old. I work in healthcare, but I also post videos on social media. I post a lot about my personal finance journey, debt payoff journey, and also just lifestyle content such as vlogs, things like that. So if any of that is interesting to you, like and subscribe, follow along, and let's get into today's video. I feel like today's video is going to be a little bit long, so I apologize. I just have a lot of things that I want to talk about and get through. So kind of the agenda for this video is my usual. I'm going to go through my finances. So we'll kind of, I think, quickly go through December finances and then really focus more on January and setting up my budget for the new year. And then also kind of go through what my yearly goals are for 2025 and then what my goals specifically for January are going to be. Because what I like to do is set some major goals for like the whole year, so kind of some New Year's resolutions and like bigger goals, and then how I keep myself accountable and motivated is break them down into smaller goals, and then I keep track in the notes app on my phone, and that way I can check off some of these smaller goals and it helps me feel like I am accomplishing something and I'm making small progress towards these bigger goals. So that has been super helpful. I did that all year last year and I genuinely think that helped me reach a lot of my goals. So we'll go through that. First thing that we're going to go through is my finances. I only started using this budgeting template, I think, in June or July, so I don't have anything to go over like the whole year. Next year, hopefully, if I really use this like exactly and track every single thing, that would be awesome, because then at the end of the year I can go back and look at all the totals, because there's a tab at the bottom of the template that I use that can show you all of the annual totals. So I feel like that would be super interesting to see and kind of like look at the overall picture of how the year went, but I don't have that information this year because I obviously didn't use this template throughout the whole year. As always, I like to mention that I use the budgeting template by Coplenty. I use the yearly budgeting layout 3.0. I feel like it's very user-friendly and a good tool, again, to help keep track of everything. I do have a code with them if you want to purchase one of these templates and use it for yourself. If you use code AllisonM10, you'll get 10% off your order, and you can reuse these templates year after year. You don't have to repurchase them. Let's start by taking a look at December. If we look here, this was my income for December. It actually was a little higher than I was expecting in a weird kind of way, because my second paycheck was lower than what I was expecting, but my social media income was higher than I was expecting. That second paycheck was lower because I did take a couple hours unpaid. If you watched my last video on my last paycheck breakdown of 2024, I kind of go over that and how I budgeted that paycheck, so I will link that video for you as well. So usually what I do is kind of estimate what this is going to be and then kind of base my budget off of that. But then once I know the final numbers, I can add it into the budget and things will adjust a little bit. Then down here, there's savings, bills, expenses, and debt. So for savings, I didn't hit the goals that I had wanted for savings. I did hit the goals for our house fund because that is kind of what the most important thing for me right now is saving for that fund. I sort of decided to hold off on the emergency fund and Roth IRA just for one more month to pay off all of my debt, except for my car loan. Then we move on to bills. Bills were pretty much exactly on point. I think this was because I put a little bit less to my car than I was expecting, but it made up for it because I put more towards subscriptions than I was expecting, so it did actually even out. And the subscriptions is higher because I did join Sam's Club, so I paid for a Sam's Club membership for the year. So that isn't subscriptions, but that is just a one-time payment. And then we move on to expenses. So I really like to look at this number down here to kind of see like how I did do overall, like budget it, like what I was expecting and then what I actually spent. So again, I was off a little bit, but not too bad. So I didn't like overspend by too much, I don't think. So I'll just highlight a couple of the categories where I overspent or underspent. So definitely gas and shopping were over budget. Shopping, I definitely could have done better. I'm really trying to focus on that in the new year, but it also is December, so it's like Christmas time. There's a lot of like sales and gifts and whatever. Honestly, I'm not too mad about this number. It could have been way worse. I'll take it, but again, obviously I really want to try and limit my shopping in the new year. Beauty was lower. I was budgeting for getting my nails done twice, which I did do, but I paid the second time with some cash that I had gotten for Christmas that I didn't include in the income, so I just like didn't include it here. Coffee was way over because I did end up buying an espresso machine for myself for Christmas. The thought process behind that was that it would save me money in the long run because I would be making some coffees at home. We'll see. So that's why that was a lot higher. Home was just slightly over, but then miscellaneous, which is usually just things that I'm not quite sure what category to put them in, that was 0. So again, that's where things kind of like even out. The rest of the stuff pretty even. And then the debt category was higher than I was expecting because I did end up putting a little bit more towards the course that I did my medical coding through. So I owed $985. I don't know why I put $850, maybe just like in case. I knew that I wanted to try and pay it off this month, but I think maybe I wasn't sure with my income if I was going to be able to, but I was. So I did end up paying it off, so that was $985. And then I did also put $600 towards my Chase credit card to pay that off. That was a little complicated because I had it paid off and then I put something on it and then I needed to pay it off again. So now it is completely paid off for real going into the new year. Will not be using it unless I have the money to pay it off immediately. Honestly, I'm not mad about December. I think I did a pretty good job. And again, I feel like I've mentioned this in a few of my financial videos. I'm very happy with how 2024 went overall. I had bigger goals that I wanted to achieve. I did want to have a little bit more paid towards my car loan at this point, but overall, very happy with 2024. And now going into 2025, I feel like I have a better grasp on everything and a better mindset with money and relationship with money and relationship with shopping. What I'm doing for 2025 is just kind of starting a whole new spreadsheet. I'm gonna try to be super specific this year with the budgeting because I had turned off, like you can have things like carry over month to month, but for some reason it's a little off. But I am gonna try and use the like carry over feature, but we'll see how it goes. So what this means basically is I have $390 carrying over into January from my last like 2 paychecks, which in my head checks out. Actually, I don't know. You know what? This is all super confusing. I'm gonna be honest with you. The only reason I'm confused right now is because I got paid on the 27th of December, which means the money from that paycheck is going to cover certain things in January. So I really have like $956 carrying over because some of the bills haven't come out yet and they're the bills for January. So I think that's where, like, I think I'm gonna try and start this as accurate as I can, even though I know these numbers don't add up from like my previous budget, like my December budget. It says I have like $400 left over, but that's because I hadn't been carrying over any money throughout any of the months because it was confusing me, clearly. So I'm gonna try this month. If the numbers don't add up in February, I'll just like change it, but I think this is how it's supposed to go. We're gonna just trust the process. So in January, I'll get paid on the 10th and the 24th. This is where I'm gonna kind of just have to guess a little bit because I am cutting back my hours starting in January. So my paychecks are gonna look a little different, and I'm also not gonna be on my work's benefits anymore, so I'll be getting that money. And then I'm also getting a raise starting in January. So there's so many factors that are going into play that I'm really not sure what my paycheck's gonna be like. And also my first paycheck in January is gonna be from like the previous 2 weeks, where it's gonna be pretty much full-time hours. So I'm gonna actually put my first paycheck as like what I got paid in my previous paycheck because I think the hours are gonna be similar. I'm gonna say 1,500 just to be on the lower end. I feel like it's gonna be higher than that, but again, to be safe, I'm gonna put 1,500 for my second paycheck, and then we'll see. And I'll kind of use that one to base like what my normal paycheck is gonna be. That's my best guess for now. I do kind of have an idea of what I'm gonna be making from social media, and the number that I'm gonna be putting in here is after taxes because that is what makes sense to me, because anytime I get paid from social media or anything like that, I just take the money out immediately for taxes and save it. From TikTok, it looks like I'll make roughly $560 as of right now, and then YouTube, it's looking like $210. This is my income that I'm dealing with, and then this number incorporates the money that I'm carrying over to pay for some of these bills. Okay, so I do want to put $200 into my emergency fund. I want to put $650 into the house fund, and then $200 into my Roth IRA. Also, I'm gonna copy over. Rent will be the same. Subscriptions, I definitely need to go through and add those up. Oh God, I hate that that number is so high. Apparently it's gonna be $142.36, but 3 of these are now subscriptions that I use for social media, and they're pretty expensive. CapCut Pro, Canva, and Epidemic Sound. Those 3 are like the highest of all of my subscriptions. But the good thing is I am using those for social media, so the money that I'm making from social media is paying for those. But that is annoying that everything is a freaking subscription these days. I'm actually gonna delete that because our internet and phone bill are now gonna be one because we canceled our Xfinity and now we have AT&T for our Wi-Fi and phone bill. So it's supposed to be cheaper than like if we paid the 2 separate. Now that we combine them, we're supposed to get a discount and like whatever. So I don't really know what the total price is going to be for that. I'm going to put $200 in here and just, we'll see. Again, that will be something that once we get the bill for this month, I'll know. We're going to leave it at that for now and see what the price is going to be. I'm going to leave fitness at that. I know that that's kind of high. And towards my car, I want to put $650. I'll copy these over just because it's easier and then I can adjust them. Groceries, I'll leave at $250. That seems to be pretty consistent for us. Dining out, I'll leave at $45. Gas actually might be lower this month. And also now that I got a Sam's Club membership, the gas there is cheaper. So I'm gonna try to at least utilize that a little bit to help save me money on gas. I might bring this down only to like $275. And we'll see. I'm gonna make shopping 0 because in general this year I'm trying to do a low buy year, but specifically January, obviously I'm gonna try to do like a no spend month because I really want to start off the year strong and just kind of really focus on my bigger goals for the year. And also it was just Christmas. It was just all the holidays. Like you literally, there's like nothing you really need in January. So we're gonna go 0 for shopping. Beauty, I'm gonna just put $80 again for my nails. Entertainment, travel, and gifts, none. Pets, I'll leave at $150. That's pretty consistent. Snacks, coffee, I'll leave the same. Home, I'm gonna put 0. Miscellaneous, I'll leave at $40, but I don't think I'll need that. And then the $11 for car other is for a car wash, because I'm trying to get a car wash pretty much consistently just once a month. So then my total expenses are not bad either. And then I like to look up here, available to budget. Not bad, pretty low, but again, this includes like all of my extra spending as well. So I'm gonna leave it at that because having like a little bit extra left over is not bad, and I have no debt right now besides my car loan, but I leave that over in bills. I'm able to hit all of like my savings goals, pay all of my bills, and then have, you know, money for groceries, gas, and then even like a little bit of extra stuff here and there, and then still have a little bit left over to budget with. So we're gonna leave it at that. That felt long already, and I still have a few more sections to go over. We're gonna move on to goals. I don't think I'm gonna even go over my goals from December. I just feel like I was kind of taking December like easy, and I set goals, but I wasn't really like super motivated to like reach those goals. It was kind of like, okay, we're at the end of the year, let's just, set some goals. I set some ambitious goals, so I didn't reach all of my goals. So we're just gonna move past December, focus on the new year. First, I'll go over my yearly goals, and then I'll go into my goals specifically for January. 2025 goals, and I have it broken up into the sections that I normally do. So I have finance goals, personal goals, health goals, and content creation goals. So starting out with finance goals, I want to pay at least $5,000 towards my car loan. And again, I base these numbers off, like I definitely calculate a little bit in my head, like how much I think I'll be able to put towards certain things each month. So I base these numbers off like a realistic budget and goal that I think I could reach. The car loan's complicated. Like this last year, I based it on how much I actually paid towards the loan, because then with interest, it like increases a little bit. So like the amount the actual loan decreases by versus what you paid is different, obviously. So this is like how much I'm actually paying towards the loan. The actual loan amount won't go down by $5,000, but I want to pay $5,000 towards the car loan. And then I also want to have $5,000 in my emergency fund. I would like more than that, but that is definitely the first goal, is to reach that. And I did this last year. If I do reach that goal, by like add a next goal and be like, okay, now I want $10,000 in this emergency fund. I also want to put $3,500 into my Roth IRA. Again, I definitely would like to put more into that and maybe even reach the max, but I figured I would start low and just at least get half and then work on getting a little bit more into there. So what I've decided to do is put a little bit from each of my paychecks from my job, and then anything I get paid from social media, I'll put some into there as well, because social media is also a job. Anytime I get paid from social media, I'll put some towards taxes, I'll put some towards retirement, and then I'll put the rest towards my car loan or savings or something. Okay, the next one's not like a numerical goal, but it's more like a mindset goal, and something that I have to do every month is pay off my credit card. So if I do put anything on the credit card, I have to pay it off. And then the next one is to buy our first house. Hopefully that happens. I feel like it's definitely going to happen. We have a decent down payment. I just don't know the timing wise, or once we start looking, it might not be the best time. It might be competitive when we're looking. So I do think it will happen this year. I'm just not sure exactly when, but I'm excited to start the process. For personal goals, I want to read 30 books this year. I want to do one date night every single month, because I feel like it's important that we still spend time together and make time for each other. I do want to take 2 long weekend trips. We're trying this year to not do like a big vacation, but do smaller long weekend trips or like half-week trips, things like that. Okay, next one on the personal goals is to actually officially change my last name. I have been putting that off because I just don't want to do it, and I don't want to go through the process. It's more just the anxiety of it all, and like all the other little things that you have to change your name on. So my last one for personal goals is start trying for a baby. Question mark, question mark. Maybe, maybe not. I do think no matter what, at least by the end of the year, I will be off hormonal birth control. Whether we decide to officially like start trying or not by the end of the year, I just want to like start prepping my body and getting off of that. I actually do know that it can take time even for your body to kind of like adjust afterwards. So I do think it will be either the end of this year or like sometime next year that we will start trying. For health goals, I have lose 22 pounds, which was the exact same goal that I had last year that I did not reach. I did not lose a single pound or gain a pound. So we're right where we left off, which is not bad, but it's also not where I want to be. I know that I can be healthier, and I know that I need to be a little bit healthier. I said this in one of my other videos. One of my main focuses for 2024 is actually my health goals, because, last year I feel like I really focused on finance and content creation, which is great. But now I really need to focus on myself and my health goals, because I need to take care of myself, or these other goals don't even matter if like I'm not feeling good or feeling my best or healthy. The next one is to work out twice a week consistently, which I think I definitely will, because I schedule my Pilates classes usually once a week. And then so if I just do that once a week and then make time to go to the gym at least one other time during the week, then I should easily be able to go twice a week. And now that I have, most weeks I'll have 2 days off. Any day that I have off, like I'm really gonna try to at least go to the gym or do a home workout. Again, similar to last year, I do want to cook one new meal a month. I really enjoyed that last year, and now that I'll have a little bit more time as well, I feel like I'm going to enjoy cooking a little bit more. I don't enjoy it as much now because it's like something that I have to do and it takes up time. Again, time that I want to be doing other things. I do like trying new things and cooking new things because I don't want to eat the same thing like every single night. And then I have no alcohol. I don't think I'll be able to just do no alcohol like all year, but in general, I want to do no alcohol. I just know that it's not for me. It doesn't make me feel good. It's not something I enjoy. And I also know it's just like not good for you. Oh, like in general. Okay, so then content creation goals. I have a lot in this section. This is something that's important to me, and like something now that I have a little bit more time, like I want to put more time and energy into this because it's something I enjoy. I feel like you can genuinely tell that I'm more happy when I'm doing this than like my real job or even talking about my real job. So for content, I want to start and like post at least consistently one video a month of my work-life balance series that I'm going to be starting. I'm going to do like a work week in my life every single month, and it'll be like one of the work weeks where I'm only working 3 days and have 2 days off. So we can kind of see how I'm balancing like my new schedule and kind of just showing how I'm enjoying my life more than focusing on just like working all the time. And also how I'm making it work financially and what I'm gonna do on my days off where I'm not gonna be spending money or like other things that I can do on those days off that don't include like spending money. And then I do want to try to post daily on TikTok. I know that that's really the only way to grow. You know, all of those people like Emily Kaiser has said it, Alex Earl has said it, like they posted like 3 times a day. Whether or not those videos did well or not didn't matter. They were just posting because that is truly how it is on TikTok. Like you don't know. Some of my videos do well, some do really bad. You just have to post them and hope for the best. Even the ones that you work so hard on, those are sometimes the ones that don't do well. And the ones that you're like, oh, I'm just gonna post this for fun, those do well. So you never really know, but you just have to keep posting. And also, I made these goals based on the assumption that TikTok is gonna be around in 2025. I wanna be more comfortable talking in front of the camera. And again, I think this is more for short form videos because long form videos, I have no problem talking to the camera for like an hour. But I think it's more because there's more editing that goes into long form versus short form. I don't know what it is about short form content, but I have a hard time like filming or coming up with short form ideas and being comfortable like talking to the camera versus like just doing voiceovers. The next few are like numerical goals. This is a pretty bold one, but I want to hit 20K on YouTube. I just hit 5,000 in my first year. Hopefully now that I kind of have a good solid like foundation, maybe I can grow a little bit quicker this year. Fingers crossed. And also I'm going to be focusing a little bit more on quality over quantity. So hopefully my videos will be a little bit more interesting and higher quality and better thumbnails and better, titles, things like that are gonna be catchy and bring more people to my videos versus just like the last couple months I was really just like trying to pump out videos, which was also good and like a learning experience, but I do think I should focus a little more on quality. The next one, again, if TikTok is around, I do want to hit 150,000 on TikTok and then also 25,000 on Instagram, which that also is a little bold, but I'm at just under like 8,000 on Instagram and I grew quite a bit this year. So I feel like if I continue to really post my short form videos on there as well on Reels, I will grow. Social media is very hit or miss. I feel like some of those well, maybe not YouTube, but like TikTok, you could have one viral video and I could be at that in like a month, or it could take me all year and I still may not even hit that goal. So you never really know. The next goal is to make $20,000 from social media. And then I do want to have my first sponsored YouTube video. I feel like that would be really, really cool. That's just been like a goal of mine ever since I've started consistently posting on YouTube. And then my other goal is to have at least one brand deal a month, specifically for short form videos. That one might be a little challenging. I don't honestly get a lot of offers for brand deals. Hopefully this year I can. I'm trying to figure out like a rebrand for myself for my content that would allow me to get more opportunities for brand deals. So those are the main big goals for 2025. Again, I'll go through the same categories. January goals for finance is to save $650 for our house fund, $200 into my emergency fund, $650 towards my car loan, and invest $200 into my Roth IRA. For personal goals, I want to read 3 books and have a date night. Health goals, I want to work out 2 times a week and cook 1 new meal and no alcohol in January. And then for content goals, I want to try to make $1,200. I want to post at least once a day on TikTok. And then again, I brought down my number of YouTube videos that I want to post. So I want to try to post at least 5 and have them be higher quality YouTube videos that I actually feel excited about posting and excited about sharing with everybody. The next 3 are the numerical goals. I want to hit 6,000 YouTube subscribers, 100,000 followers on TikTok, and 8,500 followers on Instagram. And then lastly is just a couple of things that I'm excited for, that I'm looking forward to in 2025, exciting plans that we have like set in stone. First is we are taking a trip to Charleston in May. I'm so excited. I haven't been there since I was a kid, so I've never been there like as an adult. And everyone says that it's like beautiful and that I'm gonna love it. So I'm really excited for that and to go somewhere like warm. We also have 3 weddings this year, which I am excited for, but also not very excited for because weddings, they're fun, but they're also a lot. And I mean, 2 of them will be fine because I'm not in the wedding. We just have to like go and have fun. But they are Catholic weddings, I'm pretty sure, so they're pretty lengthy. And then the 3rd one is also a Catholic wedding, and I'm in the wedding, so that means obviously I'm also going to, it's not just the wedding, it's bridal shower, bachelorette party. There's a lot of other factors that go into it, but I am excited. It's one of my good friends. She was in my wedding, so I'm excited for her. But 3 weddings this year. Also, both me and my husband are turning 30 this year, so that's exciting, I guess. And then I did also kind of mention these 2 things, but I'm excited because we are hopefully buying our first house this year and maybe starting to try for a baby this year. So very exciting things that are coming in 2025, and I can't wait to share everything with you guys and take you along on all of these different journeys. I feel like it's gonna be a really good year, really fun, exciting, and I should probably go because it's literally getting super dark and I've been talking for such a long time. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys soon in my next video.